Alright, so just finished this little guy right here, and so I thought we'd go in and take a look at maybe a couple other versions of it. So I'm just going to pick this guy and edit in place to get into that mass family. Maybe I'll go to inline here. I don't know if it's easier to see or not, but I'm just going to delete that repeater, and so we're kind of left with, if I go to wireframe, we've got these four lines. And I was thinking maybe it would be nice if this one up here, right, had an extra point. So if I come and place a point here and I'm just like place that to get the snap point and make sure it's in the right place, and then I'm going to get rid of driven by host and it's going to release it from that. Then I'm just going to pick this guy and dissolve it. And then I'm just going to draw another reference line using a spline through points and pick these points so I have sort of control over a curving version of this line here. And then I'll pick that line and divide that path and set that division number parameter that I put on it so they're all equal. And then you can come in, right, and start to play around with maybe something curving or changing. So if I come down and let's say we put on, let's put on a 3-tube. First we'll do just a 3-tube, like a square. So I'll do a 6-inch square like we kind of started out with, and keep it simple, right? So if we do that and then we repeat it, right, we get that repetition, and then you can come in and you've got this second point. If you hit the space bar, it goes back and forth between world and local coordinate systems. You can start to adjust this guy and move it around, pretty much, however you want to. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. You could even push it down into the ground, right, if you wanted to do something like that. So you have a lot of sort of flexibility, and then you could do something like, I've got a 3-point spline adaptive component, and I can come and pick it on these points. Let me make sure I'm getting that point correctly. There it goes. Right, and then I've kind of got a thickened piece on the end of those. It's not perfect, so if I go to shaded, but you've kind of got that guy. And then if you wanted to, I've got this this 2x6 here that you can come in and just create, a secondary. And if you want it bigger, you can flip it out for another size. This is going to be a big blue one. I'm just going to let's look at the yellow one. Maybe that one is, oh, that one's offset. So let's just go to the blue one. So you're starting to sort of get the ability to create a frame. It's being annoying, but create a frame that's responsive, right? So so you can kind of play around with it and oops. So it gives you quite a bit of flexibility is all I'm saying. It can be kind of fun because you can play around with things and find sort of complex shapes that maybe you thought, whoops, that's way weird. Let's pull it down, right? And then maybe back. Could go up a little more. Right, so you're starting to get these shapes and forms that maybe you never would have thought about. And then again, you have control over the divide. So I can go in and make it, 20. Apply, right? Oops, I must have not got that guy on the right points. You have to be, let me go ahead and isolate that category. Ooh, no, I don't know. I think it's these three. But you have to be kind of careful about making sure that you get that guy on the points or it won't host. So let's see if I got that right. And I missed the point on that one too. So when you have a bunch of things on top of each other, a lot of times you really do have to go in and kind of isolate the points, like I did before, in order to get it to snap to them, because it has to be hosted to those points, right? So that point and that point, for it to expand and contract with things. So if I do that blue square again, I think it was from there to there, right? I don't know. Yeah. Now, if I reset the divisions, let's see what it holds. Yeah. You just have to make sure that you get it on hosted to those points. Yep. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that. I probably have one more that I'll show you. Just another way. I used lines here, maybe just another way to use a surface.